Hello friends, welcome to Akulmach. Is your ego standing in the way of your leadership? In this video, we dive deep into one of the most transformative leadership lessons from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 27. For the modern CEO, the pressure to be the sole driver of success is a recipe for burnout and the strategic blindness. Let us learn more about this. Imagine you have just closed a Series B round, or perhaps your company just hit its highest quarterly revenue in history. You stand in the boardroom looking at the charts and a thought crosses your mind. I did this, my strategy, my late nights, my vision. It feels good, doesn't it? But here is the uncomfortable truth that the feeling is the most dangerous trap in the leadership. Before we analyze this, a word from our sponsor. Let me ask you, are you struggling to find the right solution for your business problems? I would like to introduce HelloGig.com, whose AI engine connects you with top-tier freelancers from your industry only, which helps in designing a better and scalable solution for your business. Whether you are a SaaS startup or an enterprise, HelloGig makes sure that you can focus on your core business. With HelloGig's global freelance network, you can depend upon all your technology needs, be it software development, artificial intelligence, video editing, or even something else. Ready to hire smarter? Scan the QR code given on the screen or click on the link below. Now let's get back to our video. In the high-stake world of modern business, we worship the self-made man or the visionary founder. We have taught that the CEO is the doer, the primary cause of every effect. But 7,000 years ago, on a battlefield far removed from the modern boardroom, a text called Bhagavad Gita identified this exact mindset as the ultimate delusion. Today we are going to look at chapter 3 verse 27 and why we understanding is a secret to moving from stressed outcome micromanager to truly enlightened high impact leader. Let's look at the verse chapter 3 and the verses 27, which quotes, all activities are carried out by the three modes of material nature, by the ignorant deluding himself to be the body and think I am the doer. Let's break down this for a CEO. The three modes, which are the gunas. In business terms, these are the forces outside your direct control and market volatility, consumer psychology, global politics, and even the internal culture of your team. And next is the ignorant. This isn't the lack of IQ, it is the lack of awareness. It refers to the leaders so caught up in their own ego, which in Sanskrit is also known as ahaṅkāra. And because of this, they lose sight of the bigger picture. When you say, I did this, you ignore thousands of variables and the several gunas and to align for that success that happens just now. Bhagavad Gita explains that everything in the material world is governed by three forces, sattva, rajas and tamas. As a CEO, if you don't recognize these, you are fighting the tide. Sattva, which stands for purity or clarity, this is when your team is in full flow, innovation is high and the market is ready for your product. You don't create the flow, you simply position the company to catch it. Think about it, friends. Moving on. Rajas, which is the passion or it could be an activity. This is the high stress competitive hustle. Most CEOs live here. It's productive but chaotic. And if you think you are the source of this energy, you will eventually burn out because you are trying to power a whole company on your personal battery, just using your personal self, putting yourself in the forefront. All right. Next is tamas, which could be compared to inertia or dullness. This is a market crash, the failed product launch, or the unmotivated department. The illusion of the doer happens when a CEO takes credit for sattva and feels personal shame for tamas. Gita suggests there is a better way. And and why does it matter if you think you are the doer? First, it leads to micromanagement. If you believe you are the only one who can do it right, you won't trust the modes of nature, which is, for example, your employees or any other person with natural talents. You become the bottleneck. Second, it leads to fragility. When things go wrong, and they will definitely, the doer takes it personally. Your identity is tied to the stock price. When the price drops, your self-worth drops. This leads to emotional decision making, which is the death of a good strategy. The greatest CEO think of themselves as the chief observation officers. Realize this, and they act as a facilitator. They set the stage when they let the gunas, which is can be compared to talent in the market, and the guna to perform. So how do you apply Gita 3.27 next week on Monday morning? First, audit your language. Stop saying I. Stop saying I achieved. Right? Start saying the team aligned to achieve X, which X can be your target. Or the market condition allowed for X to achieve, which is your target, right? This isn't just a false modesty, it's a recalibration of your brain to see the actual mechanics of this success. Next, focus on input, detach from output. This is the core of karma yoga. Your job is to provide the best possible mode for your company, which is sattva. Once the strategy is set, the result is in the hands of the material nature of the world. Next, identify the ego triggers. Very, very important. Next time you feel an intense surge of pride or an intense surge of panic, ask yourself, am I falling into the illusion of the doer? The CEO who realize they are not the doer aren't lazy. In fact, they are more powerful than ever. By removing the ego, you clear the windshield. You see the market for what it really is, not what your ego wants it to be. You become like a master sailor. You don't do the wind and you don't do the waves. You simply adjust the sails to harness the force of the nature. The Gita isn't asking you to stop leading. It's asking you to stop pretending you are the source of the universe's energy. Relinquish the illusion of being the doer, and you will finally find the freedom to be a great leader. So friends, what do you think about this lesson, this shloka? Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining live. Thanks for watching. And if this perspective shifted your mindset, share it with fellow leaders who might be carrying too much on their shoulders. See you again in the next one.